Hello everyone, and welcome to another lecture for international reporting. Today I'll be speaking about Islam and the rise of Islam and its influence not only in the Middle East but throughout the world. So just to look at a map, the rise of Islam started in Mecca in Saudi Arabia, the holiest place in Islam, and Medina. This is where Muhammad lived uh, and wrote the Quran. And then it spread, as you can see from the lines here, through Jerusalem and then through northern Africa, across through Baghdad, and all the way over into Asia. If you look at the world population of Islam, you can see how actually the largest um, concentration or population of of Muslims is in Indonesia with 200 million Muslims. There are many in Bangladesh, India, Pakistan. We tend to think of Islam being concentrated in the Middle East, and it's an important role there. But you can see that the populations are actually larger in places like Nigeria, okay, and in Turkey. And then you have the former socialist Soviet Union states of Kazakhstan, Turkmenistan, Tajikistan, Kyrgyzstan, Afghanistan here, and Uzbekistan. Okay, and then there are small percentages of Muslims in a variety of European countries and across northern Africa. Islam, Allah is God. The common title is Muslim, and what it means is one who submits. It started in 622 AD in the flight of Muhammad and his followers from Mecca to Medina. It's where Muhammad received the word of God in the Quran, which translates into recitations, and it was dictated to Muhammad by the Archangel Gabriel. The first pillar of Islam is the Shahada, or the profession of faith. God is the only one. Muhammad is the final prophet. For Muslims, the Quran is the ultimate proof of this declaration. The second pillar is praying, or salat. Salat is the ritual of prayer. Most Muslims pray 5 times a day, at dawn, noon, afternoon, sunset, and evening, in the direction of Mecca. The third pillar is zakat, or charity, so that piety and charity are important aspects of Islam. All Muslims are required to be charitable to those who are less fortunate than themselves. The fourth pillar is Ramadan, fasting. It's the 9th lunar month of the Islamic lunar calendar, so it's not the 9th month or September in the modern calendar. And during this month, Muslims must refrain from all food, drink, tobacco during daylight hours. Pregnant women, the elderly, and young women do not have to fast. The fifth pillar is the Hajj, or the pilgrimage to Mecca. Muslims are required to travel to Mecca at least once during their lifetime. The pilgrimage is done during the 12th lunar month, and at Mecca they will perform a variety of rituals involving the Kaaba, the black stone. The pilgrimage was performed by Muhammad at the end of his life. Now, if a Muslim cannot make it to Mecca, someone else can go and make the trip, or a second or third trip, to make sure that the fifth pillar is done. Here's what the black stone looks like in Mecca, and the hundreds of thousands of people who go there every year. Jihad is one of those words that is misused by terrorists. Jihad is to strive in the way of Allah, and it could describe spiritual or military struggle. Conquest and conversion. Conquest stretched from Spain in the west to Persia in the east. The Moors, for example, were the Muslim conquerors of Spain. Now, one reason that jihad is used by organizations like the Islamic State is because there are many interpretations of the Quran. There are those that are supposed to be made only by those who are designated in Egypt, the high sheikhs, but there have been many interpretations of various phrases in the Quran, and that's why some of these terminologies and some of these are misused. There are differences between Sunni and Shia, and these are important. Essentially, what happened is after the death of Muhammad, there was a split in Islam between the dominant group, the Sunnis, and the Shias, who are about 10% of the total population. So the meaning of the name for Sunnis is well-trodden path or tradition, and Shias are the party or partisans of Ali. There are almost 1 billion Sunnis and 120 Shias, mainly in Iran and parts of Saudi Arabia and Iraq and in Lebanon. As I mentioned, the percentage of the total Muslims is 90% Sunni and 10% Shia, and these two groups historically have not gotten along because of the basic disagreements at the beginning of the split after Muhammad's death. So for the Sunnis, did Muhammad designate a successor? No. And so Abu Bakr, the father of the Prophet's favored wife, Aisha, was elected by the people of Medina. The Shias say yes, that the husband of the Prophet's daughter Fatima was designated by the Prophet, or Ali. Qualifications for the ruler of Islam is the tribe or the Prophet, and later any qualified ruler in Sunni, and only the family of the Prophet for the Shias. So, for example, a direct descendant of Muhammad has a black turban, and those who have studied and are sheikhs or ayatollahs in Islam wear white turbans. The current leaders in Sunni are imams, and in Shia, mujahdids. The identity of imams under Sunni are human leaders, and the Shias say that they are infallible manifestations of God, and they are interpreters of the Quran. The religious authority other than the Quran in Sunni are the consensus of the Muslim community, and in Shia, if infallible imams. The religious leaders play an important role in both parts of Islam, but in Shia, the imams are much more important. In Sunni, the concealing of faith for self-protection is available in certain circumstances, and in Shia, it's emphasized because it was a smaller minority group. In Sunni, you cannot have temporary marriage, but in Shia you can. So that's it for now. Thanks very much, and we'll see you online. Bye now.